Hey everybody, what's going on? So today I want to talk to you about kickflips, backflips, and spinning back kicks. What's that got to do with cybersecurity, I hear you asking? Well, I'm glad you asked, so let me tell you. Growing up, I tried quite a few hobbies, from martial arts to snowboarding, skateboarding, riding a bike obviously, and a few other things along the way, and got hurt a few good times as well. Now, as I was trying these hobbies, I noticed a certain trend. A lot of newcomers that come into these hobbies, all they want to do is, as soon as possible, learn the cool stuff, the cool tricks. Show me how to do a backflip, show me how to do a wheelie. I still don't know how to do a backflip, by the way, but just as an example, right? Now, think of it this way. If you are just learning how to ride a bicycle or a motorbike, would you immediately try doing a wheelie? That wouldn't make sense. You could try, but chances are very high that you're going to fall over. You would first need to learn how to balance, how to cycle properly or ride properly, and how to control your bike, and then eventually maybe try a wheelie. The same thing goes with pretty much any other sport. In martial arts, for example, before you do the fancy stuff, you need to learn how to fall down. If you don't know how to fall down properly, chances are you're going to hurt yourself and end up with a broken arm or a broken wrist. And these are the basics that we keep repeating over and over and drilling over and over. It doesn't matter if you're a black belt, you will still do this. Even if you've been doing this for 10, 15 years, you will still do that. So how is that relevant to cybersecurity or information security? I'm hoping you're starting to connect the dots here, and I'm hoping you're starting to draw a little bit of similarity between different sports and different hobbies and what happens in cybersecurity as well. In case it's not very clear, let me clarify it. It's the same trend that I see in cybersecurity as well. As newcomers, students, mentees that I work with, when they come into the field of cybersecurity, they immediately want to learn about the cool stuff that they see. Oh, I saw this trick on bug hunting on Twitter and I want to know how it works. I want to go and try it out. But this is great, but what you're missing out on is the foundational skills. I was talking to a very good friend of mine the other day. He's got his own cybersecurity company, works with amazing clients, really solid, smart guy. And I asked him, I said, look, when you're hiring somebody who is a junior or fresh out of university, what is the one thing that you look for? And he put it very plainly and simply. He said, I want to know that they know their foundations, that they have solid foundational skills. So if you don't have the solid foundational skills, what's going to happen is you're going to fall off the bike when you're trying to do a wheelie. I'll give you another example about something that happens with our students when they are doing the Hacking for Beginners course. So at the end of the course, there's a bit of a challenge. They want to compromise the machine, get root access, and we give them a lot of hints along the way. One of the things that they want to do is escalate privileges, get root. And to do that, they need to run a script. That's a basic bash script. And when they try to do that, they will get a permission denied error. So a lot of students will reach out to me frustrated and saying, look, I'm so close, I can feel it, I know I'm so close. All I need to do is figure out why is this throwing a permission denied error. If I can figure that out, I will get root access. And they're right to be frustrated. They are so close to getting root access. Now, what they don't know is they are missing out on something very basic. And I point them back to the beginning of the course and I say, look, you're trying to run a script, but the script is not executable. This is why you're getting this error. So figure out how to make it executable and then figure out how to run it. One basic simple command to do all of this. So they end up wasting hours on something basic. Why? Because they missed out on nailing down the foundations, nailing down the basics. So going back to my examples on the bug hunting tips that you see people tweeting about or posting about on social media. When Log4j came out, what a lot of hunters were doing is using the publicly available exploits to go and cash out on bounties. It's great. Congratulations to them. I personally didn't like that approach. The fact that you're using a completely new vulnerability that just came out a few hours ago with its POC, with its exploit. People didn't even have the chance to start patching and you're going and cashing out on this. Personally, I didn't like that at all. But let's put my feelings aside and let's say it's absolutely fine what they've done, right? So now they're using something probably without fully understanding how it's working, why it's working. It worked, great. But what do you think is going to happen when log4j gets patched, or any other exploit for that matter that is fresh out gets patched? Are these bug hunters still able to get bounties? Are these bug hunters still able to exploit some vulnerabilities and cash out? Unlikely, because they are not focusing on the underlying foundations that made this happen. They didn't understand really why this is working, how it is working. They're just running a script, they're just deploying a tool. If it works, great. If it doesn't, they'll try to move on and do something else. And the reason I'm bringing this out is I'm not really trying to rain on the parade of other bug hunters that were doing that. Not at all. It's their thing. It's up to them what they want to do. The reason I'm bringing this is because I want you to pay attention to how you feel about this. I see a lot of students, a lot of newcomers to the field get frustrated sometimes, thinking that what they see on social media from people posting about this makes them feel that they are lagging behind. Like, why am I not catching up with these people? Why are these people so far ahead of me? And this is not the truth. The truth of the matter is they are skipping ahead. Some people are skipping ahead, and this is what you do not want to do. If you skip over the foundations, if you skip over the basics, you would think, you would imagine that you are doing yourself a favor or you're saving time, but you are dead wrong. Look what happens to our students when they try to skip over the basics. They end up wasting hours upon hours, sometimes days, on something that could have been very trivial, that could have taken 5 or 10 minutes. Now, multiply this across many years throughout your career, and if you skip over the foundations, if you skip over the basics, you're going to find yourself falling way, way behind. Whenever something challenging comes up, you don't have the basics or the foundations to deal with it. You're gonna fall behind. Another challenge comes up, you fall way behind. So don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Take some time, spend some time mastering, nailing down the foundations and the basics, even if it feels like you are delayed, that you are late, that people are sort of skipping ahead of you. Even if it feels like this, it's absolutely fine. Be patient, and I guarantee you that at one point in time, you're going to be blasting across these people that skipped over the basics and the foundations. You're gonna go way faster and reach your target way faster. That's it from me for now, and I will see you soon in another video.